giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Good morning, good people. Happy Friday, Cowboys Nation. And of course, welcome to A to Z Sports Live, presented by Underdog Fantasy and the Cochran Firm. I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Boom! It's Friday, man. I'm excited. I know down below it says Cowboys are gearing up for the final preseason game. It don't even really feel like there's a preseason game today. We're still recovering from yesterday's news. We're still trying to get that together. But today I decided to open up the mailbag. And we got some questions, about 5 or so questions we'll get to later on into the show. It's been a while since we did the mailbag. I'll try to do that throughout the season. And then in the roundup, some interesting news. Not all of it is surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. And in a way, a part of it is. But we'll talk about, what trade scenarios the Cowboys could be looking at for a different position. So make sure y'all tune in and stay locked for that. Shout out to the Bomb Squad in the building.
Bomb Squad!
I see y'all up in here, man. It's Good Friday. Derek says still got the perfect wrestling shirts. That's vintage right there, man. Mr. Perfect. Can you see it? He throws it back and Bobby the Brain. I mean, Mr. Perfect, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Mr. Perfect. I'm already searching for more T-shirts to add to the collection for this season. But real quick, man, shout out to y'all. Sam Rowe, Darren Dunn, Joey V, Mr. Woods in the building, Chris Bovance in the building was good, Gregory, JT Prime Time, Samuel Rowe, Derek Smalls, Fidel Sanchez, Nicholas P, CJ Richards was good. 6 to midnight, Ryan Schaefer, Lemitra, how you doing? Who else got a TC915, Rick Root, talking about vintage. Rick Root, what's up? Pick up after 5 rings. That's an interesting name. What's good? Swang, J.A., Airborne Bullies, Asian Persuasion, Professor O, what it is, what it do. Big Sarge, Mary, J.A., 6081 boy, and just so many more that are here. Captain America, I see you. Stephen White, I see you. Stu, what's up, man? Listen, y'all up in here. I see you, Chris. Thank y'all for joining me this morning as we talk a little bit of Cowboys. Easy show. I'm going to go ahead and just say it. Go ahead, put your pencils down. Close the books. It's Friday. We're not really doing too much. We're rolling the TV out. We're going to have a little fun. We got the mailbag segment. We got the roundup with a little bit of news, but nothing too crazy. Anybody going to the game today? Anybody going to the game? Turn my fan up a little bit. I will be at the game today, so if you see me, holla at me. Yeah, have a little fun, chat it up. I'm always willing to talk to Cowboys fans, man. Always. I love it. So if you see me out there, get with me. If not, all good. I'll come back, report to y'all on Monday, which we'll talk about the game on Monday. But let's be honest. We're probably going to start talking about what the 53 is going to look like, who stood out enough to make the 53, because, one of the things I haven't put down on my list to talk about today is who needs to step up, because all the, Tyron Smith thing that's going on the last 24 hours, I haven't really put together a top 5 who needs to stand out. And if you really look at the roster, as crazy as this sounds, there's probably only a few positions where you're like the bottom of the roster guys are fighting to get on. So it's going to be about roster gymnastics come Monday, and then Tuesday you'll get the 53, and then Wednesday you'll probably get the real roster. So last chance for the Stories of the worlds and Malik Jeffersons of the worlds, the TJ Vashers, which I don't know, but last chance for these guys to step up, man. Last chance. Fidel says it's the game on TV. Don't know. I'm pretty sure, though. Oscar said, don't call in and say who Skywalker was with at the game. Y'all funny. With that said, y'all, let's hit this roundup and get this show started. It's going to be, I think, a good one. Dare I say short one? It's up to y'all. 351-999-3787. It should be a smooth one, regardless.
It's time! It's time! It's time!
It's time. It's time.
It is time for
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Oh, let's do it. Hey. Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims requested a trade yesterday through his agent from the New York Jets. A name that I think has been popping up a lot, right, over the last couple weeks for the Cowboys. And I'll get to my final thoughts about Denzel Mims. But who is Denzel Mims? Played in Baylor, drafted by the Jets. Some say a bit of a reach. Big body wide receiver, can get down the field in a hurry, but more of a possession guy. But he can still do those big body things in the middle of the field with people around him. Now, is Mims going to move the needle? Probably not that much, right? But it gives you some experience, some young experience, and a guy who might just need a scene change. And I'm not just talking about for the Cowboys. I'm just saying in general. But I saw Cowboys fans tag me and asking me, and even in the mailbag, I don't have it here, but somebody asked about Denzel Mims. So I ask you, Cowboys Nation, would you explore this? I used that word carefully. I didn't say, would you make the trade? Would you explore it? 6'3", ran a 4.38 at his combine, and I know he does not have a ton of production. He does not have a ton of production in the NFL. It's 2 seasons. Let me just read his quarterbacks. Sam Darnold, in and out. Joe Flacco, in and out. Mike White, in and out. And rookie Zach Wilson from last year. And it is the Jets. But Denzel Mims in general isn't a guy, like I said, that's going to move the needle. He's not a guy that's going to take you over the top at the position. But for a small price, you get a young experienced guy with some traits. Sure, I'd explore it. But I'm going to say something that might sound weird, but just hear me out. I kind of think you have a Denzel Mims on the roster. That doesn't mean I wouldn't explore it. I just do. Well, who's that Denzel Mims on the roster? I'll see if y'all can maybe guess who I'm thinking about here. But I truly do believe you kind of already have this guy on the roster. Nope, not TJ Vasher, Chuck. Not TJ. Anybody on the same page as I am with the Denzel Mims comparison with the player on the roster? No, not Dennis Houston, Army Mom. Not Brown. Not Tolbert. Simi, there we go. CT Madden hit Professor O. Is Simi Fehoko. I mean, we're almost identical in measurements and playing style. In fact, I'd argue I like Simi's feet and get off on the line a bit better, but it's Simi Fehoko. 6'3" guys, run a 4.3, big body dudes, more possession dudes, but can get downfield. Can make those catches downfield. Not going to route you up. I think Simi, well, from what I've seen, I don't study the Jets, but I do like Simi's potential as a big slot. Aaron talked about. Well, yeah, I mean, he kind of mimics, pun intended, Denzel Mims mimics Simi Fehoko. So if they don't explore that, or if you don't want to explore that, my reasoning would be, well, you got that guy on the roster. Tyler Smith spoke at the awards gala ball, what have you. Low-key kind of jealous. I kind of want to be invited to that next year. Yeah. Anyway, he spoke on the blue carpet, and he came out, dropped a nugget, and told everybody that he will not be playing tonight versus Seattle. says the ankle is feeling fine, but it looks like the Cowboys are just being cautious about the situation. And while we really want him to get the reps and things like that, you can't play around with injuries. Let him rest and get ready for week 1, because he very well may be your starting left tackle. So I get why he's resting, but there wasn't a confirmation on that until he came out and said it. So that's kind of the injury updates on him. I wanted to reach out about a couple other guys. Well, we know about Tyron, but Israel McQuamble went down at practice the other day. See, I didn't get to any notes from yesterday. He went down at practice 2 days ago, and he was with the trainers on the ground for a good bit. He got up, then he went to the sideline. I don't remember him getting back in, so I'm not really sure what the situation is with Izzy. Not a good time to miss a game. I don't want them to hit him with a, how's that hamstring doing? IR. Like, I don't want that to happen to Izzy, man. I think I would love to see him actually play on this team. And if he gets a chance to be that 4th or 5th safety. Sean McEwen, he had his knee wrapped at practice again, but he was still doing some drills on the side with Coach Lunda Wells. I'm a little nervous about McEwen. I think they're probably going to, if I had to guess, right, Scott, what you think they're going to do with McEwen? I think they're going to hit him with the, hey, you made the team, but we're going to put you on IR situation. Knee was heavily wrapped, not like a little bit wrapped. Knee was heavily wrapped. He was very cautious in his movement. So I don't think he'll be, ready in the next week. Could be wrong, but it didn't look like it. So went from maybe 4 tight ends to probably Hendershot, Schultz, and Ferguson as your 3 tight ends to go into the season. So kind of the injury updates that I'm interested in hearing about after tonight's game. What's up with McQuamble? What's up with McEwen? And is Tyler going to be good to practice for next week? And then this Andrew Whitworth, brother, and I blame my guy Duke. Shout out to Big Duke. He set the Twitter world on fire yesterday talking about Big Whit, and Big Whit retweeted, "Don't threaten me with a good time." So here's what Andrew Whitworth said yesterday on the Thursday Night Football broadcast that really got Cowboys Nation in the tizzy. Take a listen.
After last week's game against the Texans, has your phone been ringing?
It has. I mean, obviously there's been some things with, the Cowboys and losing Tyron Smith, which is an awful deal. Such a great player and guy I've always just loved watching play. But it's been a busy day of answering calls. The problem is they're calling and texting the wrong person. They need to be texting and calling Melissa Whitworth and the kids, because they have final approval on whether I'm ever going to play football again.
After last.
Whoa. Whit, you can't just say things like that. Let me ask y'all this. Did you guys interpret that as, hey, the Cowboys called Andrew Whitworth? She didn't say nothing about no damn Dallas Cowboys. She said, hey, man, your phone been busy today? Yeah, it's been ringing off the hook today. The Cowboys have a situation. Oh, okay. Big Whit. Wait a minute. Then this morning, Andrew Whitworth threw a goddamn wet blanket over that. His tweet this morning, and I quote, "I answered many questions yesterday from national and a few Dallas sports reporters and journalists. The people I mentioned last night asking me if Cowboys had reached out or if I was interested, the answer was no to both. Appreciate them for doing it the right way." So that's a no for Andrew Whitworth as an option, but I believe the plan is still to do this internally. But Big Whit got my hopes up. I ain't even going to hold y'all, Cowboy. Did he get anybody else's hopes up? Am I the only one? You can't be saying stuff like that to Cowboys fans. Y'all know how crazy we are. We will hold on to every little word. Yes, we will. And that sounded to me like he said the Dallas Cowboys reached out. Then this morning, all of a sudden, you ain't been no more. You David. For those who don't get that, go check out Vosh Morning Live from yesterday. But he damn sure said he was Ben last night. Then this morning he David. All right, Andrew. It's cool. It's cool. Here you go. 68-1 boy. 60-81 boy said Witt's a simp. Come on, man. You know you gotta check with the wife. You gotta check with the wife, man. Eric Fisher it is, says Captain America. Good morning, Adrian. JP said, damn. Demetrius said, nope, not really, no way. I'm the only one? All right, man. He got my hopes up a little. When I say my hopes up, I don't mean that we were actually going to sign him. But my hopes up that they actually reached out. Because, man, it sounded like he said they called. I thought he called. Yeah, Adrian. Yeah, he said he was Ben from Cali last night, man. Then this morning, he's David. I ain't mind it. I'm glad there's folks in here that get that. What's good, Payback? So yeah, man, I no Witt, which that was a long shot anyway. The other options still remain outside options. Eric Fisher, Daryl Williams, Sam Tevi, Tyden Secchi, Suki, still out there as veteran swing tackles. And then what I think is going to happen, I think it's going to be internally. I know I don't like listen to Jerry. But Jerry's about the only person to speak out on this situation. And he talked about Tyler Smith and being fortunate to have drafted him and whatnot. And we talked about this yesterday. We said, what do we think is going to happen? Or what do I think is going to happen? I do think it'll be Tyler Smith sliding out to left tackle, keeping McGovern there at right guard and remaining the rest of your right side of the line to those dudes, or left guard, keeping Connor McGovern at left guard and keeping those guys out there. I think that's what they're going to do. It's the least damaging in regards to continuity. And they technically drafted him to be future left tackle guy. We just didn't expect it to be this damn soon. Part of me expected it to be like week 6, 7, 8, but not August 26th. So I think that's what they're going to do. There's a few questions in the mailbag. I tried to grab questions that weren't about Tyler Smith specifically because there was a whole lot of that. Of course, we're going to talk about that, right? Of course, you're going to call in and we're going to talk about that. 351-999-3787. So call in, join the chat. If you're new, you got to subscribe to join the chat. I promise you, you want to be a part of the Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad!
Promise. Let me get you some super chats and I'm going to get the D. Sean on the horn. All right, we got Rule of Two. Shout out to you with the donation. My button.
Super chat.
Says, have you seen Chris Ball apology video? What's that? No, sir.
Super chat.
Aaron with the $2 donation. Witt under contract for the Rams. It ain't happening. He already done shut that shit down. But that's what I had thought yesterday, right? In the morning when I said I had Whitworth with a question mark because I know he retired, but I thought he had retired with some contract obligations to the Rams.
Super chat.
And then pick up 5 rings. Thank you for the $10 donation. He says, with every move, I believe they're punting on the season for Peyton. Clean up cap, cut talent, drafting talented developmental players. If they don't sign a veteran tackle and move Smith, punting. You know, I never really argue with you guys about that. But I stopped really going in about that because let's be real. It is a hot seat year for this coaching staff, period. Now, if you want me to put the conspiracy hat on, what I will say is it does not feel like an all-in year. It feels like it doesn't feel like a rebuilding year. It just feels like we're going to shed some fat year. And if that means we're not as strong, but we will become quicker and we'll put on some more lean by next year. It feels like that. Now, who next year that'll be for? It's to be seen. TBD. All right, let's get to the horns, man. Before we get to the horns, of course, the Pulse of the Nation hotline is brought to you by our amazing sponsors, the Cochran Firm. Our guys, Larry and Brian over at the Cochran firm, have been rocking since 2005 to serve the DFW area community. And I say that because they do exactly that. They're not just here to help you out in your terrible bad luck times. They're here to uplift the DFW area, whether you need help legally or just to help push the positivity around the area. But they're headlined by Larry, they're headlined by Brian, and they handle the most challenging civil cases involving anything from personal injury, wrongful death, fraud, truck, automobile accidents, class action. I mean, just a ton of things. And they do so on a contingent fee basis, meaning there is no financial recovery unless they win. So contact the firm at 1-800-THE-FIRM or schedule your free consultation today at CochranTexas.com. Deshaun, what's goody?
Oh, good morning, Sam.
Good morning, man.
All right. So, personally, I think what you're saying is true. Like the Tyler Smith thing, I think they're going to try to move the left tackle. Me, personally, I feel like they should have knocked this out like a couple of years ago, like in the draft or in the agency. But you know how Jerry is. He always thinks he's right. He always thinks he's correct about things, him and Steven. But everybody kind of knew that Tyron wasn't going to be here forever, and he's already injury prone. So I feel like they should have kind of dealt with this beforehand.
Yeah, probably after last year or 2 years ago, when he went down again, he probably should have thought about, or was it 2 years ago, 2020? When 2020 happened, you probably should have been looking to get ahead of that situation. But, cheap contract, they love him. We tend to do that a bit. We did it with Sean Lee, obviously Tyron, Tony. It happens.
And then I guess I agree with you. I feel like it's a rebuilding year. I feel like they're hyping us up just so we can, I guess, make the playoffs or barely make it and then probably lose in the first round because of the incident. Now, the only way I see us getting further than we're supposed to is probably the defense. Other than that, I don't really see any type of offensive things going on. And plus, I listened to Big James Law, and it was at y'all was at the y'all was seeing like with the scrimmages and everything, and he was like, hey, Kellen Moore is kind of doing the same thing. Nothing really changed. There wasn't nothing significant really going on.
I disagree.
That kind of worries me.
I disagree with that. He wasn't out there in Cali. Now I will say this, there was only really a practice and a half. I wouldn't even consider Tuesday a full practice or Wednesday a full practice. It felt like they were just doing regular things on Tuesday, but in California, things look different. Go back and listen to Voch and Brody live show. We went on there, it seemed like every day, and said, I don't know if this means anything, but I saw some San Francisco-like running plays. I saw a lot of 20 personnel out there, a crap ton more pre-snap, at-snap motion. So there are things that they're doing, I want to say differently because they did at-snap, pre-snap motion last year, just not at a high rate. But it seems like they're tweaking it. It's just a matter of, will we see that when the lights come on? Will we see that when the pressure gets, heavy? Will we see that when, the run game's not working? And will we see that later on in the season? But I will give Kellen some credit in camp. I've seen some things that made me go, I put that back in the tuck. We don't need to see it no more. Just save that for the season. So I'll give him that.
And then I guess the only other thing is I'm supposed to be going to the game today, so I'm a little bit sad that Israel not playing and Tyler Smith is not playing. It's like, dang, I at least want to see Tyler Smith play, but it is what it is.
Well, I don't know if Izzy's playing or not. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's up with Izzy?
Probably not, because I think, like I said, Israel performance Chargers might have been enough to keep him maybe on the squad. I don't know. I'm not sure, but.
It depends on depends on the
Go ahead.
severity of his injury, because if the injury is a little bit more severe than we know, they could just IR him.
Yeah. But anyway, it was good talking to you guys. So thank you very much.
Yep, no problem, man. Appreciate the call. Good call, Deshaun. Yeah, let me make sure to do that for Kellen. And I've done this. I already said it before. It looked like there was some little tweaks. So I'm just interested to see. Now no Tyron, right? You lost your receiver earlier. I think you've discovered a guy in Turpin. I've told you guys this plenty of times. This is going to be a big, massive year for Kellen Moore because you can no longer lean on a ridiculous wide receiver group, right? A ridiculous offensive line, which I'm not saying he had that last year, but I mean, 2018, 2019, the 2020 was not, but 2018, 2019, you had that offensive line to lean on. Not that it was great, right? But it was better than what I think we have currently at this moment until we see it. But it's going to be this is a year for Kellen. This year is more important for Kellen than last because if Kellen can go out there and scheme up things and show that, hey, we lost this player or that player, but I still can put together a potent offense, then maybe that second go round of head coaching opportunities, they'll say, all right, listen, we know you ain't the strongest leader, but we'll surround you with those type of leaders as your assistants because we like your offensive mind. So if I'm Kellen, I'm looking at this as an opportunity. Bo Street in the building. Shout out to 717. Oh, man. It's so good to hear from this next caller here, the Lunatic, man. What's up? It's been a long time since you called into the show, the Lunatic, but thank you, bro.
Good morning, Sky. Buenos dias, Cowboys Nation.
Good morning, man.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of, let's do this because of our O-line. And I was on a Twitter space last night with BJ Nix from Pick Six Sports, and one of your writers from A to Z Sports was on the panel. And he came up with an interesting lineup. I think he said he was doing it for an article. I think he said he was going to drop his article today, this morning, around 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm looking forward. That's why I'm up. I worked last night, but I want to read this article about suggestions and possible trade and signings that he's looking at.
The Lunatic, who was it? I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
I forgot his name since I was working, but I know he said he's from the A to Z Network.
Oh.
And he's doing an article.
Was it Shane?
Sean.
Matt?
Shane, that's the one.
Okay.
Now, his suggestion was, all right, let's kick out Tyler Smith to left tackle. He was our future. Well, our future is now. Mm-hmm. But at left guard, he said, let Connor McGovern and or Farniok battle it out. He's hoping Matt Farniok will beat out McGovern because he's got more power. The rest of the line stays the same. Now, that to me was an interesting one. I never considered Farniok, but he has shown some flashes there. Tried him at center. They said it was going to be an open center competition, never showed it. They went with Biedish. I can live with it. But that left guard is the one that he suggested. I thought, that's interesting. I suggested the one that I suggested yesterday on Vach's show with you about kicking our future Hall of Famer to replace our future Hall of Famer also to the tackle position. But then Nick came up with, no, let's move him to left guard. He said, Zach Martin said, I'm not playing tackle. I don't want to play tackle. What about moving him to left guard to help the growth of Tyler Smith because he is going to have some growing pains. He's replacing a Hall of Famer. He gets help from a Hall of Famer now to the right. And the rest of the line, Biedish is at center. McGovern now stays there at the right, or a battle again, because McGovern is, as they say, a better right side player than he is on the left side, and Steele there at the end. What do you think about those two options?
All I can think about is musical damn chairs as you're saying all this. We're going to move a Hall of Fame right guard to the other side, where he said left to right is extremely hard. Not saying that he can't do it, but I don't think it's his responsibility to save the Dallas Cowboys, is what Vach said, and I agree. It's not his responsibility to save the Dallas Cowboys. I think you have a very solid and comfortable right side in regards to Zach Martin and Terrence Steele. I don't really want to mess with that. The problem is, if you put Matt Farniok at left guard, I said this about Josh Ball. If he was going to be left tackle with Tyler Smith, you know where I'm attacking? I'm attacking the spot where these guys have never really played in the NFL. They don't have many snaps or experience. So you're going to, regardless, you're going to take a hit no matter what happens over there, unless McGovern stays at left guard because he's already been doing it. So, I mean, Fournier, I would rather him compete for center. I like how he looks at center, and I think he can help solidify the interior. That's what I wanted. I didn't really want a competition at left guard because I wanted to be Tyler Smith. And shout out to somebody on Twitter who said, I don't know the dude's name, but it was a great comment. He was like, now they're expecting Tyler Smith to fulfill two different positions. It was like in reality, the Cowboys never really addressed the backup tackle spot or really the guard position if you're going to move him out to left tackle. So, they're going to rely on a guy they benched last year. So that was an interesting point. I would not move Zach Martin. I just would not. You got to have somewhere on that offensive line that you have complete confidence in. You move Zach Martin, as great as we think Zach is, it's another question mark. We just don't know what that's going to look like.
It is true. It is true. Although the more I listen to move Zach somewhere, and Zach's not going to do it. Zach's not. So I looked up Larry Allen, and it's interesting that he played every position on the line except for center.
All right, but so, why do we keep doing this? Zach Martin ain't Larry. Zach Martin's in year 13, year 11 or whatever it is. He moved one time because it was DEFCON -1 with a bunch of terrible injuries. We got one injury and we're ready to move him to the opposite side. We've got to relax. We've got to relax. Like, again, don't you guys want to have some portion of your offensive line that you can have confidence in? That you can say, I know that works because I've seen that work. If you do that, if you move him over there, now you're creating another question mark that we just don't know what's going to happen just yet. And I get it. We're throwing everything at the wall at this point. But I'd much rather just slide my man out to left tackle and deal what you got to do with that left guard with either McGovern or Fournier, who I would rather compete at center. But I just don't understand the panic to move your Hall of Fame right guard to the other side where he said, I don't think that's a good idea. I digress.
And the good thing is, again, we've got the games tonight. We don't play until 15 days. That's an extra 2 weeks there. So unfortunately it happened, but it happened early where we can give some time to somebody to get those reps during these 2 weeks and get us ready for Tampa Bay, who, if you saw last night's Thursday night game, they're the betting favorite in the NFC to go to the NFC Championship.
Really?
Game. So they have, they're at 25%. So it's Tampa Bay, Packers, and the Rams, the top three.
Yeah, that makes sense with
surprised
the Rams.
Me also.
Tampa Bay surprised me. I mean, the Tom Brady effect.
It could be, yep, correct. But, well, thank you very much, Sky. Like I said, Cowboys Nation, we're getting ready. We're getting ready. Let's see what's happening. One game at a time. Now we got 17. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, and Joel Philbin. Now you can earn your paycheck, I guess, this year.
Sleepy Joe.
So let's get ready. No injuries tonight, and let's get ready for Tampa Bay. Thank you, Sky. Congratulations on everything. And as I told you yesterday, I wouldn't tell nobody I even saw you.
Appreciate you, bro.
So, Cowboys Nation, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And remember, puro pinche Cowboys.
Puro pinche Cowboys, baby. My guy. Yeah, it's. I think we're going to hear this more often. And again, I'm not upset at the thought because we're trying to figure something out. We're trying to throw anything at the wall. But y'all feel me though when I'm saying Zach Martin, Terrence Steele, I feel good about that. I can run behind that. I feel like, I got some solid protection over there. I feel good about that. If I mess around with all that now I got question marks literally across the line. What is Tyler Smith going to look like at left tackle? We don't know yet. We're confident that he'll get it together. Cool. I understand this guy's a Hall of Famer, but now we're asking him to literally change his movement patterns after a 10, 11-year career to the left side. So what is Zach going to look like in working with the rookie, by the way? Working with the rookie. How's that going to look? And then McGovern, we understand McGovern is a better right guard, so I'm not going to knock too much with McGovern. Now, can McGovern hold up 17 games? as opposed to one. We'll see if we were to do that. And then Terrence Steele working with Connor McGovern for that long period of time. One thing that I noticed McGovern struggled with last year, and I got to talk to Vach to confirm this. Maybe y'all could tell me. I said this before when we were looking at a Tyler Smith-McGovern situation in camp, was the stunts. I thought him and whoever else was next to him, or the center, Biadasz, they struggle with those things. They struggle with those games. They just did. So can he clean that up on the right side where he's a better player? So a lot of movement, man. That's a lot of movement. All right, we got B on the horn. What's good, B?
What's happening with you, my G?
Hey, man, we just trying to get through it.
Man, it's crazy, man. I'm sitting here and I'm just listening. And I'm gonna just jump right into this thing, man. If we sitting over here making all these panic moves about the offensive line, then that tells you that they didn't adequately address it in the offseason. Because if we lose one player and we want to take Zach Martin and move him to left, put Terrence Steele here, or, put McGovern. It's just like, man, we got so much going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't recall seeing or hearing anybody report Terrence Steele taking snaps at left tackle.
He didn't.
And what does that tell you?
They want him at right. Yeah.
Exactly. So as much as we think that, we can just move Terrence Steele to left tackle and put Zach Martin at right, and we know McGovern can play right guard, and it's just so much, and then we can leave Tyler Smith. Yeah, all that look good on paper, but it's not realistic, because if they thought Terrence Steele could play left tackle, that would have been the first thing that they would have done, is to say, you know what, Terrence, this is what's going to happen. And they're not doing it. They're going to leave that right side intact, and they're going to put this kid, Tyler Smith, over there because that's what they've been planning on. They haven't – look at the kid, what's his name, McGovern. He's been playing more left guard, and we already know this kid can't play that position. He's not a left guard. And yet they kept trotting him out there with the first team time and time again.
Listen to what they're about to do today, B. Listen to this. I mean, if according to Michael Gelkin, Connor McGovern is about to be your starting center tonight.
You know what? I don't mind him getting reps there.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you why.
The reason why I'm saying that is because it's the third preseason game. Give him the reps or don't play him. If he's going to be your starting left guard, don't play him. If you don't think he's going to be your starting left guard, then why the hell are you playing him there? That's the only reason.
This is why I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Because Matt Forniak, keep saying it, looks like your utility swing guy or your backup center. To me, I mean, I've watched the 2 games in preseason, and I thought Matt has looked pretty damn solid at center. What changed? Like, what made you say, all right, we're going to go ahead and roll with McGovern? Like, what is the rhyme or reason to what's happening now with him? Come out the day and you say, hey, McGovern is our starting left guard if we had to play today. And then in the same breath, you say, yeah, we're going to get him some center reps. And then it comes out today from Gelkin that he's going to start at center. I don't understand that. Are we pushing Matt Forniak off the bridge? Because if McGovern is going to be your starting left guard and your backup center, what is Forniak?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, is he going to steal? That's what I'm saying. Like, are you leaving Tyler Smith there at left guard, and there's a tackle contingency that you guys got in play that we don't know about? So I can see you saying, oh, you know what, we're going to mess around with it. See if he can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But if he's going to be your starting left guard and your position is, this is why we drafted Tyler Smith, which I don't think he's a tackle. I'm sorry. He's not a tackle. And then what the hell are you doing? Because now you messing with your starting offensive line, playing games to try to see if this kid can play center. Like, no, if he's going to be your starting left guard, you need to sit his ass down somewhere, because if he go out here and rolls an ankle over some stuff that we don't, over snaps that are just meaningless, then everybody's going to look at you like, what the hell are you doing? Now you got 2 injuries. He needs to sit down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying I don't have an issue with it if that's the case, if you're going to leave Tyler Smith at guard.
So the chat's thinking possibly trade bait. That's an interesting thought. Because if he can get some center reps, like extensive center reps, now you can go out to a team and say, hey, look, we got this guy that can play center and guard. And so that's an interesting thought there. But it's just odd to me, you know, like if that's your starting left guard, you know, and maybe the competition is still fierce, then like you said, probably should play today. But even if he's not your starting left guard, then continue to get him reps at guard, because Fournier has gotten the most snaps at center in preseason. But I digress on that situation. I just wanted to bring that up, B.
No, man, but you know that's good, because I didn't know that, though. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy, man? I was listening to 105.3, and I forget the guy's name, but he was saying how Tyler Smith's first time playing tackle was when he went to Tulsa, and he's always been a guard. And I did not know that. And that was an interesting drop gem for me, because it's like, hold on, this kid, you know, offensive tackles are usually like, they're made. They either are tight ends that just couldn't cut it, but they can be tackles, or, you know what I'm saying, they just had that versatility where they can play either or. Tyler Smith he was a guard all throughout high school. They made him a tackle at Tulsa for the 1 year that he played or whatever it was out there, and now they're trying to make him an NFL left tackle. I don't see it. And that's not a position that you just throw your franchise quarterback behind and say, okay, kid, go ahead and protect my blind side. I think they're making a mistake.
I don't think he played 1 year.
He was there 2 years, but the COVID year. He played. He
played 9 games in 2020.
Was it 9? Okay, I thought it was like 4 or 5 or something like that.
He technically played 3 seasons, but in 2019 he didn't see a ton of action, just a few games, and then he played obviously last year.
Yeah, man. So this whole offensive line thing, I'm sitting here thinking like, what the hell did we do in the off season? We got rid of all, and I know you're gonna hate me doing this, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna be having a whole year of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's like we created holes on this team that we didn't need to create just by how management handled the situation, from Coop to Randy Gregory to Sid Wilson. We should have been.
Yeah, B.
You know what I'm saying?
We can go down that rabbit hole, fam. We
just created holes that we didn't need to create, and now we're sitting here stuck like, okay, you notice that we needed an offensive lineman.
Wait, let's land the plane, because what I don't want to do is I said this yesterday to another caller. We can do this game. We can do this whole Mari Cooper, Randy Gregory, Lyle Collins, which is more relevant.
I'm just from the standpoint of you know, we just have all these holes that we had to fill, and they happen to be filled, but did we actually put ourselves in the best position to get the best player, whether it was from free agency or the draft? And it just seems like
you know that answer, because we've been talking about that for months.
And it seems like it's biting us in the butt already. And that's the unfortunate thing. And that's why I told you a couple weeks ago, man, that I'm just going to sit back, and I don't have those high expectations for the season, because I didn't trust the plan in the off season. And that's where I'm going to end it with, man.
Amen.
So, man, you enjoy your weekend. Congrats on all the things you got going on, my G. I'll probably tap in with you next week, or probably the first week of the season, my G.
Appreciate you, B. Keep rocking.
My man.
Yeah, I try really hard not to. Remember I told y'all, after a certain point in the off season, now we just got to try to figure this thing out during the season, because we ripped the front office to shreds. Y'all know how I felt about this weird ass off season. But we're here now, right? So now we just kind of focus a little bit on what's in front of us. And right now, I think the most dire two positions have been the two positions we have been talking about all offseason. wide receiver, swing tackle. With swing tackle looking like the worst of the bunch right now. With that said, got a couple callers on the horn, but what we're going to do, because this is supposed to be the mailbag section. So let's get to the mailbag, get to the first few questions, and we're going to go ahead and rock out. If you want to be a part of the mailbag segment in the show, all you got to do is follow us on Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube, Facebook. And when you see the post, just drop the question. Shout out to Just Making This to Reply. Hilarious name. On YouTube, he says, I told an Eagles fan that his team had no chance of winning the NFC East unless one of the two things I listed occurred. An injury to Tyron Smith or an injury to CeeDee Lamb. Does this injury, and by the way, y'all can play along. Does this injury give the Eagles an edge in the NFC East? Does this injury to Tyron Smith give the Eagles an edge in the NFC East? Yes or no, Cowboys? And I hate trying to give them any props. I truly do. But y'all know me, I can't fake the funk. And when you look at their roster, it's a fun little roster. But here's the one thing that's always been holding me back the entire offseason about that team. Yeah, they got a nice little defense. Yeah, their wide receivers is looking pretty solid. Yeah, they got a tight end. Yeah. They got a run scheme, all that stuff. But we got Dak Prescott. So until they prove that they can consistently, beat a healthy Dak Prescott or win the division consecutively like the Cowboys, because we haven't won it consecutively, with the healthy Dak Prescott, I can't give them the edge just yet. It's all paper, like everything is paper right now. But on paper, we've got the most important position locked down, and I think at a very nice margin, and that's quarterback. Now, with all of that said, what surrounds your quarterback via players, scheme, coaching, all that matters. And I don't think the Eagles lack in those departments. I don't think they lack in their role-playing personnel players. I don't think they lack in their scheme, and I don't think they lack in their coaching. So, they got it set up for Hurts, but Hurts has to go out there and prove it. So until he proves that, I think the edge still stands with the Dallas Cowboys because you have Dak Prescott. I know, Derek. I know you need everybody else. You definitely need everybody else. Now, if we was rolling in the NFC North, which is terrible, all you need is a Aaron Rodgers. Although the Packers defense is going to be nasty. But all you would need is a A-Rod in that defense, and I think you win that division. But let's keep it being. The Eagles have definitely improved this year on paper. It is what it is. It is what it is. Rayvon. Matter of fact, before I go to Rayvon, I need to go see what y'all said about this. Do the Cowboys or Eagles have the edge in the chat? KT says nope. Man, F the Eagles. I know I hate talking positive about the team. I hate it. Jack says yes. El Tino says yes. So I'm yes to the question of, does this injury give the Eagles an edge? Father 5, nah. Special Case said, nah, we blew them out twice last year. Smith ain't going to change that. Flames says, yeah. Philly got an edge like my ball. Philly got an edge like my ball-headed ex. Mel says, yes, slight edge, TC915. It seems a bit mixed here. They just got to prove it to me, man, with Jalen Hurts. Next question, then we get back to lines. Should they move Tyron to guard to get the most out of him in his contract?
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no.
Tyron done. Tyron's done, right? Jerry Jones is, he did his whole Jerry Jones thing. Tyron Smith's going to be back for the playoffs. That very well may be true. Tyron Smith came back for the playoffs last year, and he ain't looked like Tyron Smith in that playoff game. And let's just be completely honest. Tyron Smith will come back, might play a game or two or whatever it may be, and then in the offseason or early in the season, it's going to happen again. Let's stop doing this cycle. It is what it is at this point. Moving him to guard ain't going to change that. The best out of his contract done. Like, you can move on from Tyron Smith next year. You ain't taking no massive hit or anything like that. So I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say move Tyron Smith to the retirement department because, I want him to have a healthy life after football, and tearing your hamstring muscle off of the bone, your back and your neck, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Just hang it up, good brother. Hang it up, man. Y'all want to move Tyron Smith to guard so I can ask you guys? Move Tyron Smith to left out. D said Tyron done. Looked like he got shot when he. Come on, D. Come on. I ain't supposed to laugh at that. You look like you got shot too if your bone just tore off if your meat tore off the bone. And you know what I'm saying? You look like you got put down too. I can't believe he was just walking out like that, but damn, D. That's kind of funny. Sad, but probably another Hall of Famer in 77 without an NFC Championship game in Dallas. Peasy said, love my guy Tyron, but no. No. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. 615, what it is, what it do?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I honestly, with all the craziness going on with the Cowboys, other than that, I'm good, and I'm still excited for the season.
Hey, I feel that, man. Me too. Football season's always the best time of the year.
Yes, sir.
Nah, man, I had to call in. I usually just listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
I've called in the law a couple times, but usually I'm just listening to you guys. I enjoy the conversation while I'm at work.
I appreciate it, man.
But over the last few days, man, everybody, I don't know what it is about Cowboy fans. It's like, I hate Stephen A. Smith, but the man makes a hell of a lot of sense when he talks about Cowboy fans because they will jump straight off the ship as soon as anything whatsoever that happens to any of the players or any of the coaches or anything like that. They're, instead of trying to save the ship, they're just right over the edge in a raft and they're headed for shore.
They ain't looking for no solutions, huh? They just jumping.
And it drives me crazy because it's like, yeah, it sucks having Tyron Smith hurt. It really sucks. But at the same time, it's like we've got other players that we can substitute there. Jerry Jones has the ability to go get somebody else like Andrew Whitworth. It's a possibility. It's not Tyron Smith, but there are definitely people who can fill that role temporarily until we can get some other talent. But, man, he's done got too hurt too much too often. I doubt that he's going to, remain much longer. I think it's a high possibility he retires. But back to, CeeDee Lamb or Tyron Smith getting injured and the Cowboys season being over as far as the East goes. I mean, what did Jalen Hurts do last year? Go for 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions with an 87 QBR. Dak threw 37 and 10, over 4,000 yards. I mean, what'd they get? A.J. Brown? I mean, is he going to make that big of a difference there? They said the same thing about Devontae Smith. I mean, he didn't make that big of a difference there. We still whooped them. I mean, it's like I don't know why people think these other three teams in our division are going to have any chance in hell to beat us. Ooh. But I guarantee you, we go 6-0 in the division this year. There is no chance. Jalen Hurts is dog water. Ooh. There is nothing that the man is going to do. The Cowboys are going to walk this division with their hands behind their back.
Yeah, keep going.
And I promise you, everybody who has been talking negative, as soon as this season starts, week 1, we're going to beat the brakes off Brady. Guarantee that.
Hold tight.
And then
pin that.
Our defensive line going to make Lyle Collins look stupid when we hear Joe Burrow.
Keep going.
It's the kind of attitude y'all got to keep up because there ain't a single person on our schedule this year who should scare any of you. I think people forget On the other side of the ball, we got Micah Parsons. We got Trayvon Diggs. We got DeMarcus Lawrence. We got a lot of killers on that other side of the line, and there ain't nobody who is going to fuck with us.
More with it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I know what team we got, and the history is being broken. We back-to-back in it.
Chain breakers.
And we about to dog stomp everybody on our way to the Super Bowl. Put money on it. Y'all can hate on Dak. Y'all can hate on our line. But I guarantee you, when it come playoff time, everybody going to be Cowboy fans.
Well, what's your name, sir?
Colby.
Kobe. I appreciate the call, Kobe. I appreciate that energy. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, brother. Y'all have a good one.
You too, man. Now, if you're going to call in and you're going to be we winning the Super Bowl guy, it got to be like that. God damn it, Kobe. I want to go. Hold on, man. Let me see. 1 second, Charles. Put on this goddamn helmet. I can't fit it, man. But he make me want to put this helmet on and run through a goddamn brick wall, Kobe. I'm going to run that back. Be sitting here doing some work, and I'm just like, man, I ain't feeling it. I pull up Kobe's phone call. This work ain't better than you, Sky. Damn right, Kobe. What's all about? I don't know if we're going to win the Super Bowl though, Kobe. But I love the energy. I love the energy. I truly do. You know what? He kind of let me segue real quick into this this question in the mailbag. Where I was gonna hold this to the end, but I'll be remiss if I didn't say it now. All the way at the bottom. Focus your eyeballs at the bottom of the screen. King Element. Lord King 83. He said, I think we can still come out and kick the Bucs' ass. Do you concur? Do I concur? I concur. Yes, sir, I concur. Here's why I concur. We can mess around and beat the Bucs 7-3. Tom Brady ain't been here. He's dealing with some off-field issues. Leave it at that. He done lost half of his damn line too. I ain't scared of no Lenny. Scared of no Leonard Fournette. Is Godwin going to even play? He might. Whatever. Y'all got a Mike Evans. We got a goddamn Trayvon Diggs. And I ain't even mentioned Micah Parsons. So yeah, Lord King 83, I concur. Am I giving away my prediction of week 1? Yup, and I don't care. And when me and Jesse Holly get to kicking it for Game Day Live at Texas Live, and I pull out these shades, and I slide them on, unlike last year, I ain't taking them off. Unless something catastrophic happens over the next 2 weeks, another thing that's catastrophic happens, then my energy might be a little bit different. But I'm not, this ain't the same defense. This ain't the same Bucs. We at home this year. I feel like Micah Parsons is going to go stupid in that game. So yeah, I feel very good about week 1, regardless of the situation offensively. Because I think this defense is going to be what leads this team anyway. So yeah, that call got me hyped. Good, nice little segue to that question. Salute to you, Lord. Was it Lord King 83? Appreciate you, man. Dramatic zoom. Dramatic zoom, man. Yeah, how y'all feeling about week 1? I know it's early, y'all. We way ahead of ourselves, but hey, man. Dak owes them. Ward call says, set it off, Chris. Old man Brady. Brady, what is Brady gonna do with this rush? God, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. Oh man, let me calm down. This coffee starting to get to me. I'm just thinking about week 1. And see, this is good. Me thinking about week 1 makes me forget about the Tyron Smith situation. See, Dak can move around. Dak can run a little bit. Tom Brady can't run from Micah. He can't run from Sam. He can't run from Dorrance, from D-Law, any of these dudes. All right, man, let's move on. Who do I have in here? 972. What it is, what it do?
Hey, what's up, Scott? It's Tyrone from Irvin, man.
Tyrone from Irvin. What's goody?
Not much, man. Like, these last couple shout out to Kobe, man, because
shout out to Kobe.
I think the nation needed that call because these last couple of days, man, I've been watching the YouTubers, the media, man, the chat boxes. The whole Cowboy nation seems down, like the puppy just died because
understandably.
Smith.
Understandably.
Yeah, well, yeah, Smith went, but I remember I called this show like a week ago, and I said Tyron Smith, he's gonna be healthy all season, right? And everybody called me crazy, rightfully so, right? Because he hasn't been healthy. So we all knew he wasn't going to stay healthy, but when the inevitable happens, we we're in shock.
Well, let me tell you why. No one's in shock. I don't think a single soul is in shock of Tyron Smith getting hurt. I think it's frustration building, brother, because we saw this coming. Now, did we see it coming during the preseason? Maybe not. But we saw this coming, and most of us are frustrated with what happened behind him, right? And I explained this yesterday if you watched the show. Okay, you want to tell me that Josh Ball and Matt Walesko are going to be your answers. You want to give the young guys a shot. Cool. But when you gave them a shot and you realize Matt Walesko from North Dakota State's not ready, and his shoulder's messed up, and now he refuses to get surgery, and then Josh Ball is not the answer, well, then what are you going to do? Because if it does happen, your backup plan does not look good. And they did nothing. And then it did happen before the season. So that's where you guys got to understand. This is what I try to do. I understand Cowboys fans' frustration. If you can accept that, I think it'd be a lot easier when you hear Cowboys fans getting upset. I don't know how you can act like you don't know why they upset. You know what I mean?
I could get them a little bit frustrated, but if we all know that it's going to happen, it might happen at a good time actually, like 3 weeks before or 2 weeks before the season started. So it's going to happen, and not only has it was going to happen, it happened last year, and our offense did okay. It wasn't like our season was shot because Tyron Smith went down. And
let me just say
it just seems like it's
Tyron Smith didn't play in Denver. The Cowboys were losing 30-0. Tyron Smith didn't play in Kansas City. The Cowboys scored 9 points. Now, when they played those bum squads, right, the COVID team of the Washington people and the scrimmage in Week 18 and the Falcons, yeah, man, the offense looked amazing. But against those better teams, when you didn't have Tyron Smith for the full game, it was a struggle, right? So, again, I understand it. But here's one thing I will agree with you. I hate the fact that it happened, 100%. But the very small silver lining is it happened 2 weeks out of the season. So you have an opportunity to address this. And damn it if they don't. Even if you move Tyron Smith or Tyler Smith out there, I feel like you still need to be picking up phones, bringing in competition, something. If you don't, and you just go into the season, Josh Ball still your swing tackle or your starter, I just throw my hands in the air. I don't know what is happening. I digress.
I'm sure they'll do their due diligence, and the front office, they make a lot of good personnel moves. Like, I know a lot of people be down on some of the draft picks that we get, but every year we've been having good players and we were contenders last year. We could have won. It was just against San Francisco, we almost had that field goal at the last minute. The referee got in the way, and we couldn't get the. We were contenders. We weren't like it wasn't no team like the Rams last year. They should have been beat by the 49ers, and the 49ers they just didn't crush us. But we did get beat at home, so we lost for sure. But like just somebody.
Go ahead.
Just some of these moves that be happening, like even when when we lost Amari, everybody knew when we drafted Lamb that we were going to either keep Gallup or Amari. They decided to keep the $10 million and keep Gallup, and
what?
It shouldn't be a shock because some of the moves that we expected, and when it happens, we're like up in arms.
The conversation on this channel was never about the shock. That's all I gotta say. I don't come on here to shock jock y'all.
Talking about your channel. I'm just talking about the Cowboys Nation and the box because I've been I've been watching a lot of Cowboys content, especially yesterday, and it's like everybody is like, "Oh, I gave up," and I said, they're truly like almost jumping out the window on the season already.
Most people who have given up, quote unquote, on the season, they gave up on the season before Tyron went down. It's just Tyron. It was another reason to voice their opinion on it.
Tyron that injury pushed a lot of people off the shit, but it seemed like it might just be overreaction because we always overreact.
Yeah, sure.
But
that's Cowboys, yeah.
And also,
we got
we overreact.
Land that plane, man. Land it.
Okay, well, my fault. And I just wanted to I know you want to look too far ahead, but it seems like I'm not sure who Buccaneers got that defense in, and the Bengals and the Giants, and I believe we have Chase in Washington. So and that's October 2nd. So I think we can, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Yeah,
y'all just, y'all put the fire extinguisher, on the house because, we ain't going to burn the house down.
Yeah.
So my fault.
Yeah. The house is burning. The house is burning back there. We got a fire extinguisher. That's an analogy I might have to use. They ain't called the fire department. The whole damn thing back there burning, and we got a fire extinguisher. We gonna take out one room at a time. Meanwhile, the whole other room, the guest room, done burned all the way down. Yeah, it's kind of like what it was. Yeah.
Hey, a shout out to Kobe, man, because Kobe, man, I like that energy, man. Shout out to Kobe, man. But I appreciate you taking my call, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Set it off, Chris. You still here? I did not upload my sound effect, but I'm about to. During the season, we're going to have to establish some rules on the phone because I want to get to all y'all. I truly do. It ain't gonna happen though if we just jumping all over the place with stuff. This is not gonna happen. So I'm locking the lines up. We're gonna get through. Is my guy Juan? Oh, before I do that, let me get my guy Juan on the horn real quick, and then we're gonna get back to the mailbag. What's good, man?
What's going on, my guy? How are you?
What's up with you, man? I'm good. I didn't get a chance to see you after that Tyron Smith situation at work. I mean at practice. It was kind of work for me, but at practice. But it's good running into you and the family, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Likewise, it's unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
But it's nothing new for the Cowboys. You know what I mean? It seems like we always have these type of things come up right before the season, just like last year when Zach Martin had the COVID thing, which is unfortunate too. But just circling back to that, I mean, going back to week one, the guy actually had called before the gentleman that just was on the phone, got me fired up talking about Super Bowl and everything. But I think we're going to have a chance to run the ball on this team. Yeah, Colby. We're going to have a chance to run the ball on the Buccaneers just because Zach Martin and Connor McGovern's going to be up the middle as opposed to last year when we had Connor Williams. And I know McGovern played, but just curious to see what kind of game plan the Cowboys are going to come out with. But I think the Buccaneers are going to have trouble stopping the offensive line because they're going to have a rookie stopping the D-line because they have a rookie on the offensive line, and they have a couple injuries, as we all know. But I think they're going to go a lot with that quick passing game, and I think the key in this game is going to be – yeah, exactly. It's going to be with Fournette and Micah. I think they're going to use a lot Micah in coverage a lot, kind of like last year.
Oh, no, Juan. Absolutely not, sir. I got to stop you right there. Micah was in coverage 29 times last year. If they drop Micah Parsons back 20 times, 15, 10, they out their damn mind. Micah Parsons needs to be coming after Tom Brady every passing situation that's at least an obvious one. That would be a detriment.
I agree.
That would be a way yeah, man, come on. Wow, what are we talking about?
I agree, but I think, the play that stands out, and I just remember it, and I think we all will, is the play where they kind of threw it up to Fournette, and he caught it over Micah.
What about it?
Do you know the play?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that play established a little bit of confidence for them, and I think they're really going to try and get Fournette in the passing game, man. I'm telling you.
Sure. Go ahead. He
hasn't established a lot of.
All right, he going to be getting covered by J-Ron Curse or Anthony Barr or Jabril Cox or somebody, but it damn sure better not be no Micah Parsons 10, 15 times. I'll be pissed.
But I know you and I both. Trust me, I want him rushing as much as possible. But I am confident in the way I've seen Dante Fowler play coming off the edge. I think that would make a difference. And man, they had Tank Lawrence, they had Dante Fowler and Mike all lined up on the line at the same time. It's just I'm curious to see what the game plan. Like I said, on offense and defense, it's going to be an exciting game. It's just so much to look forward to. But last year we didn't have Zach Martin, and it's kind of equivalent to not having Tyron this year. So. But I don't think that defensive line is as strong as it is this year or as it was last year because no JPP. They do have Akeem Hicks.
Sleep on Joe Tryon. Yeah, but I say Joe Tryon, Akeem Hicks.
Oh, Joe Tryon's an animal.
That's a good defense.
But I'll take my chances with him with Tyler Smith on him. You know what I mean? I'll take rather than going Shaquille Barrett and JPP. And, there's nothing like a savvy, crafty veteran. So
did Shaq leave?
Shaq's still there.
Okay,
Shaq's still there.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But he's but JPP's not there.
Again, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I'll give my quick opinion on running against Tampa. Leave the A and B gaps alone. Leave it alone. Akeem Hicks and Vita Vea.
Even behind Zach?
Leave it alone. Akeem Hicks and Vita Vea
are we problems. Have an all-pro, though. We have an all-pro.
Listen, it don't matter if you got to know a pro. The All-Pro got to deal with Akeem Hicks or got to deal with Vita Vea, which means you get a linebacker that's clean. This is where you attack them, and this is what I said last year. And again, I'm getting way ahead, and I'm probably gonna repeat myself come week 1. You attack them on the edges. Shaquille Barrett in 2020 gave up when you ran to his side on the outside, teams averaged over 5 yards per carry. And if you go back and watch that game last year, McGovern was fine. McGovern wasn't getting owned at right guard. But when you tried to run up the A-gaps behind Connor Williams and behind Tyler Biotish, that just didn't work because Vita Vea is a manster, right? And so was Sue, and now you get a Hakeem Hicks who is equivalent to a older Sue, I think. But you got to attack those boys on the edges, and that's where it's going to come down, in my opinion, to Kellen Moore getting creative and getting Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott outside. And maybe you might do some quick game because of the offensive line is what it is. But that's what I would do. I would not try to keep running up the A and B gap. We don't have a sound running scheme to do that. It's very basic and generic. And if you're going to be basic and generic against Todd Bowles,
1995.
Devin White, Akeem Hicks, and Vita Vea, good luck.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say the X factor is going to be Dalton Schultz. I'm going to say that right now. So we can circle back and talk.
Go back and watch week 1. The tight ends were pretty solid in that game.
Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna have to run the ball to beat them. We clearly couldn't outgun them last time. I know we missed a field goal, but we can't have it come down to the referees and the field goal.
Hey man, unfortunately, that's the NFL. That sucks, man.
You're right, but we put ourselves in that predicament most of the time.
That sucks when we as Cowboy fans gotta be like, yo, we gotta blow everybody out. That sucks.
No. Obviously, winning in the NFL is hard. But, I mean, it just seems like we have a tendency to go down to the wire, down to a kick. And I know most games come down to the wire.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the NFL.
It'd be nice. Yeah, I mean, but it'd be nice, in that situation. That's not something that really benefits us. Since our kicking situation isn't necessarily something that we have a lot of confidence in right now.
And that you're right. But funny thing is, when it came down to it last year, Zerline made the kick to put you ahead. The defense gave up the game-losing drive. But I feel you, Juan. I would love for it not to come down to refs and field goals. But I got a feeling it's going to be a tight
I want to go up 100-0 in the first quarter and just smooth sail the rest of the way.
Indeed, man. Indeed. I feel you, bro.
All right, my guy. I'm going to let you go. Have a great time at the game tonight. I'll circle back and check in with you later, my guy. Thank you for taking the call.
Appreciate you. Well, we doing week 1 game plans already. I'm excited for it. But I gotta save some content. All right, listen, man, I'm gonna fly through these mailbag questions. There's only 2 more left. Shout out to KG from DC. Does LVE bars actually look good out there? I know he had like 2 picks. It's just that I've seen the last 2 years with my own eyes. So I've said this many of times this offseason with these linebackers. It is really hard to evaluate the linebackers at training camp. They're not hitting. They're not really doing much run game things. But what I will say about LVE is in the pass game department from a zone standpoint, he's been around. He's been getting his hands on balls. He's been getting interceptions. There's been tip footballs at the line of scrimmage. I know I gotta be careful with this damn on chat. So LVE has been active in the passing game, and honestly, that is encouraging to see because I didn't think LVE was great in the passing game last year. So your question, does he look good out there? People have asked me about Story, about this person, about that person during training camp. I'm saying the same thing I say. Really can't get a grip on it. But when it comes to passing game, they can because they're moving around. Same thing with Jabril Cox before he got a chance to play. Jabril looked good moving left to right, being there in the flats on a quick throw out to the running backs. But from a running standpoint, just will not get a chance to see till they suit up and get out there in the games. And that's what happened with Malik Jefferson. That's what happened with Story Jackson. That's what happened with Devin Harper. These guys popped on tape because they can finally hit. They can finally come downhill, read and react, and finish. So I think we're going to have to wait to see with LVE. But he said he's healthy. I asked him that question the other day at camp. He said he's feeling good. He's healthy. So let's see if I asked the question weeks ago to y'all. Are we going to get 2018 LVE or 2021 end of the year LVE? I lean towards more of last year as opposed to the All-Pro. And then the final question comes from Balance Vic. What do you think is stopping the trust in Tyler Smith to left tackle? He seems ready for whatever is thrown at him. Vach seems seen him set the edge like a left tackle would during a run play. Is it really just holding penalties that may or may not happen? Well, I'd argue I don't think it's about trust to move Tyler Smith out that left tackle because they said he was drafted to be a left side player and talked about moving him to left tackle, Balance Vic. So, and he might be your left tackle. This process might have just been sped up with the Tyron Smith injury. So I don't think there is any trust issues with this at this point. It's just a matter of what do they believe is the best answer. King Element, I'm trying to stay on the positive side with LVE. He said LVE be looking nice until you need him to turn. I'm just going to say this, and then we're going to leave it at that. It is clear as day. The neck, the collarbone, or the back, the spine, whatever, has affected kind of his lateral situation. If it's in a few yard area, LVE can kind of get there because he got that length. But if LVE gotta turn and go, it's been a bit rough. It's gonna take him a bit to get there. You gotta get the giddy up going. It's not as fluid. But if you can keep him clean and it's a straight shot to the running back and he's just coming straight downhill, I think you got a shot. If LVE shows he can be a bit more physical, taking on the guards and because you got to, LVE told Michael Parsons, hey, man, not every play is your play. This might have to be your responsibility. So if he comes in there with his shoulder and he, gets a body on a body and that frees up somebody else, sure. KT, like the question. I don't know what they're doing out there. All right, man, let's get back to the phone lines and finish this show. What's good, B-Bird?
Not much, Scott. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. Happy Friday. Hope you and the fam have a good weekend.
Yeah. Same to you too, man. First of all, the Tampa Bay game, I said the other day I felt we'll win. I still do. It is a loss losing Tyron. because we just don't have the backup plan in place for them. It takes the Cowboys to be put against, with a gun up against their head for them to make a decision that everybody else kind of saw coming. So maybe this is the one that'll do that. Where they can. I don't know if they should go outside. I don't know what that is. The answer is, I definitely think they should try to go outside and try to bring someone in. I think that helps you a lot more than moving people around, playing musical chairs, as you said.
Yeah.
Go on. You want to comment?
No, I agree.
Okay. So the NFC East, it doesn't change my mind. The NFC East is still the best team in the NFC East. I think that it was such a gap between us and the rest of the teams that this is going to bring us closer. Back in some of the off-season moves that we made are going to bring us closer to the pack. I still think we win. I don't know if we go 6-0, 5-1, 4-2, maybe what I would say. But one of the things I wanted to ask you about, because I kind of heard some people talking about this, and this is my opinion. We can kind of go back and forth on this. I really think we got a favorable schedule this year. I looked at it. It's just nothing on there I didn't like about it. I mean, we get to play the NFC East. If we are ahead of those guys, we can actually go 5-1 and 6-0. We get to play Detroit. We get to play Chicago. And the iffy games are Tennessee, Indiana, Minnesota, and Green Bay. I mean, we got some teams that we play, some tough teams, and everybody talk about our start. But, man, once you get past the Tampa Bays and the Cincinnatis and the Rams, man, I mean, we got some teams in there we should be highly favored against. So what I'm saying is I still got a prediction of 12 wins, 11-6 or whatever. Now, my prediction to go farther than that changes because of the talent that we let go, right? We didn't build upon that. So I don't know how far we go in the playoffs, but 11 to 12 games, man, I really feel like we can still win 11 to 12 games if we get adequate play from the left tackle position.
Yeah, the schedule, and that was one of the things that I had brought up when the schedule first came out. I looked at it like, I mean, I know we're a little upset with no activity in free agency. We ain't really doing nothing in the trade market. Ain't really signed too many players. Players are getting lost and things like that. But at the end of the day, still think this is a double-digit win team. You know what I mean? Now I'm with you. Playoffs, that's a different story because now you're going to be playing the best of the best, supposedly, on a consecutive basis. But from a regular season standpoint, unless you get a couple more severe injuries, shit. I mean, put it this way. If we're going to be leaning on a defense, go look at the quarterbacks you're going to be playing and tell me they strike fear in you.
Yeah, and the thing is, I even mentioned Houston and Jacksonville in that. And so we got some teams in there, man, that really there's no way we should lose to those guys. And so we win all the games that we supposed to win. Yeah, I understand that.
We gotta be
I'm
careful
saying when
with
you
no
go
way.
in and you just say, "Wait, look, this is what I'm saying. We're going to be favored in these games, and if we win the games that we're favored in, and we lose the game we're not, we're probably still 10-6, 11, or 12 wins. And that's what I'm saying. Like some years we have games, I'm like, man, we don't have a gimme in none of those. And not just any NFL games a gimme. I'm saying that a team that's 2-14, 2-15 the year before, we're playing them again. We should win that game. Like we should beat Jacksonville. We should beat Houston. I mean,
yeah, Houston's bad. I think Jacksonville is a better bunch. I'm actually it's one of the AFC teams I'm going to be trying to follow closely. I like the moves they made. I like Doug Peterson, quarterback. So I think that'll be a competitive game. And this is the NFL at the end of the day. You're not going to blow everybody out. But yeah, I'm with you. I just think I like our matchups against most of the teams on this schedule. Now you got to account for Denver Bronco type games, right? Where you're favored and you just lose. You know what I mean? It just happens. You got to account for a team like Detroit, who we're just looking over, but boy, they might be playing hard for their guy and Dan Campbell. And so don't be shocked if that's a competitive game. But in general, I'm with you, man. It's just.
And what you're saying is you still got to play the game. I understand.
Still got to play the game.
And so, and what I may have missed because I'm at work and I was kind of in and out, but what would be Sky's answer to the left tackle position? Maybe I forgot. Maybe I didn't hear it and you said it earlier. Just not what the organization would do, but what would you do at that position?
I would sign Eric Fisher. I would go sign Eric Fisher, or at least let me say this before I say sign him. I'd work him out. How is he moving? Because he had an Achilles injury last year, and I think people look at his season last year and they assume he's like, oh, Eric Fisher's trash. Well, Eric Fisher tore his Achilles, like I think in the playoffs or something like that, end of 2020. And he was a Pro Bowler in that year. So he was a Pro Bowler just a season removed. And then he went to the Colts, and I think he was a solid run blocker, but he had issues in the pass game, gave up something like 8 sacks, had some penalties. So it wasn't a great year for Eric Fisher, but again, he wasn't even a full year removed from an Achilles injury. So I think you get him in here a full year and some change removed from that. I think you might have a better player. He'll be closer to the 2020 version than he was the 2021 version. So that's what I would do. I'd go out and get Eric Fisher and then keep everything else the same.
I'll let you go because I really think you echo what I said as far as go outside and try to bring someone in, and that way you don't have to play musical chairs for everyone else.
Right.
And so I definitely hope they do that because whenever urgency has been placed upon them, they act they do the right thing. I mean, wide receiver by committee, then they had to go get somebody. So this is no different than that, man. And so hopefully they will go outside and find somebody and bring them in, at least for a look. Or whatever, man. But hey, have a good weekend, brother. I appreciate you taking my call, and I'll continue to listen on, man.
Appreciate you, B-Bird. Have a good weekend. Yeah, as much as I want them to go outside, it sounds like their first, and maybe that's natural, their first course of action will be to look inside. But remember, even if they look inside, even if they make that decision inside, even if it is Tyler Smith, no matter what happens, your depth takes a hit. This is why I said, if they decide to move Tyler out to left tackle, you still should go out and bring someone in for the final 2 weeks to compete with the Josh Ball, Matt Waletzko, whatever. We got to stop with this kind of arrogance that we don't need outside help. Now, I'm not saying that, the guy that comes in is going to move the needle, but depth is depth. And that's something that we've been questioning at that position for months. So this ain't new. So think about this for a second. It was already questionable depth. Now your depth is being tested. If you add all that up, that means you're losing it. So, see what they do. Mr. Danny Macho Man Randy Savage. What's good, man?
Good morning. Good morning, Sky. Okay, reality just called. Reality just called. The bad guy just walked into the room. When you said arrogance before, it made me think of the model, Rick Martel. He used to come out with his little clone. All right, follow me now.
Go ahead.
We talk about swing tackle. We don't even have a left tackle. We don't even have a left tackle, and we're talking about a swing tackle. So we're down 2 spots on, the offensive line. And, I know people are freaking out. Look, why are they freaking out about Tyron? We've been going through this for 4 years. And it was sad, seeing Tyron Tyron went down like he got shot. I actually felt bad for him because he went down like a ton of bricks. But this is nothing new. We've been dealing with this for 4 years. And what has the front office done? Nothing. So this is nothing new. Can we beat Tampa? Yeah, I can see that. But in the same token, I can see our offensive line make his Tampa defense look like the 85 Bears. And we said all along, the defense is going to carry this team. But this is not the type of defense that can stay on the field 35, 40 minutes a game.
Well, I don't think no defense wants to stay on the field for 40 minutes. What are we talking about? I don't care how good a defense is.
I get that. But now we drafted Ridgeway. They're saying he's going to IR. So what have we really done to stop the run off the middle from last year?
Bohanna's better. Timeout now. Wait a minute. Bohanna's better. Neville Gallimore is more one tech, and he's looking much better in that strength department. You do have a Micah Parsons, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to help you out as well. DeMarcus Lawrence is one of the best run defending defense ends in the league that you didn't have for 13 games last year. So we got a little bit more evidence that the run defense looks improved with or without a John Ridgeway. Now, is it going to be top 1, 2, 3? I don't know. But it does look a little bit improved. Now you got to go out there and prove it. So that's just me letting you know I have seen improvement there.
Okay, now listen. I said the D's going to carry us all year. I'm just pissed off with the front office. They should just fire themselves.
Yeah.
This is year after year after year. It's a joke, It's just a joke. Just no one's afraid of getting fired. Jerry still thinks you got Flozo Adams at left tackle. Like, you really think Jerry's all there? He's got to be 80. Come on, Then he's like, oh yeah, Tyron's coming back. Tyron's gonna be walking with a limp the rest of his life. He's never playing again. Never playing again. Let's just be honest.
I think I agree.
Like I said, we got to, blitz Brady up the middle. Let Micah retire his ass. I'm tired of him. But
hey, Danny,
I just can't be confident.
I feel you, brother. But before you leave, can I get a hey yo?
Hey yo.
I love it, man.
You come here to see WCW, or did you come here to see the NWO?
Razor
Big NWO.
Razor came to WCW and said, "You know who I am."
But you don't.
But you don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
My guy, I appreciate you, Danny. Enjoy your weekend, bro.
You got it, Sky. Great call as always. Listen to you guys later on 306 Mafia. You guys on today or no?
No, sir. No, sir, man. It's our normal Friday off. We'll be back Monday.
Got it. Talk to you Monday. Great call as always.
Great call. I am definitely, when I'm done, about to play Wale's version of The Bad Guy. If you guys haven't heard that, absolute banger. If YouTube wasn't YouTube, that might be my intro to the goddamn show. Straight up. Absolute banger. I saw Wale at WrestleMania earlier this year, and I told him, I said, hey, man, I know that song mad old, but your Bad Guy track that you made over Razor Ramon's theme, maybe the greatest wrestling theme type of song I've ever heard. It's dope. His analogies in there, his wordplay, the bar, it's crazy, man. Check it out. All right, man, let's finish these calls. 682. What up?
What up, Sky?
What's good with you?
Yo, it's your boy Sam Goody from Fort Worth. Hey, I just wanted to say, first off, fuck the Eagles. They ain't shit. They never been shit. They never be shit.
Thank you.
They ain't these Cowboys. Hey, these streets gonna be hot, bro. Michael Parsons, he gonna be on Tom Brady's ass.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as we ain't got Josh Ball out there tying his shoelaces, we'll be okay.
Yo, he do be leaning over on every. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. That dude's pounding sand every fucking play.
Yeah.
But that's all I got. Cowboys Nation, we got this. We'll be all right, man. Have a good year.
Appreciate you, dog. Hey, man. No, Vosh ain't a bad influence on me, man. Yeah. I'll be having to tell Vosh we got to do more wrestling bits, man. Shit, man. Y'all know me. Let's get to 602. What's good, 602?
What up, Scott? It's your boy DP Johnson, man.
DP, what's good, man? I hear from you once in a while, but you're always in the comment section. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, man. I gotta keep going. I always like to put my little 2 cents in when I can.
Yeah. You got me on speaker?
Huh?
It sounds like you got me on speaker. I'm having a hard time hearing you now.
Oh, that's my headset. Hold on. You hear me better, Scott?
Oh, you got the PlayStation going on in the background. You about to play some Call of Duty. I got you. What's up?
No, man. Yeah, folks need to calm down just a little bit. I'm upset as everybody else about Tyron going down, but I think we all expected it. You know what I mean? I think management, it's been a summer of mismanagement, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go down the laundry list because too many callers and already did it. But
hey, DP.
Yeah.
Either you're going to have to click that game you're about to play or turn down the TV just a little bit because all I'm hearing is the PS5 in the background.
That's not the rule.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's been a summer of mismanagement. No need to go down the list because a whole bunch of callers already did.
Right.
But folks need to calm down, man. Like, folks knew Tyron was going to get hurt. It happened early. So, at least we get to go in the season already dealt with that, you know.
It's a small silver lining. That's that small silver lining. It happened. It's out the way. Now address it.
That's real. Now, hopefully, if nothing else, this will force Kellen Moore to go ahead and lean on that run game, knowing that he doesn't have a backside, guy that's been had a whole summer to get going. So we can lean on the run game. That's what our line is really built better for anyway. So I like the depth we showed in the preseason. Both of the boys, Rico and that boy Davis, look good. Defense look hungry. I think we're going to be all right, man. Folks just need to take a breath. Just breathe a little bit.
Yeah, we're right. We do got to take a deep breath. I think once the season kick off, though, the excitement will come back, just football excitement for most of us. Now, expectations is a different story. Are my expectations lowered? Sure they are, but I hope they exceed them greatly. And I'm going to be riding this thing out week to week, DP, so y'all know how we do. Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, no, I mean, I also want to say Tom Brady ain't seen the defense yet.
No, he ain't. He about to, though.
It's going to be something completely different than what he saw last year.
Yep. I agree, man. I agree. Hey, dog, enjoy your weekend, man. Be safe.
You too, Scott.
Salute. Yeah, he ain't seen this defense yet. Shout out to Thorn Sports Entertainment said, I just started watching and listening to you. You do an awesome job delivering the great Cowboys content. Thank you, man. Thank you. If you are new, and you enjoy everything here on this channel and with the morning show at the very least, easy to support, man. Easy to support. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. That's pretty much all we ask for. I'm not going to beg for these things like people subscribe. You got it. Nah, man. Only if you enjoy it. I don't want you to like something if you don't like it. I don't want you to subscribe if you don't fool with it. But if you do that small favor for us, man. Got 2 more callers. 4-8. Hold on, 484. Hold on. I got you. I'm gonna come back. Hold up. Oh, the lunatic! I thought you had breaking news. I got you. I'm gonna just read it right now. Then the lunatic with the $2 super chat. And I got some other super chats to get to. Says Sky, is Walesko going on 4-week IR after making 53? I talked about this yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was. It was real weird to me that Walesko was back out there and getting snaps in practice because I thought he was an easy IR candidate. Now, given Tyron Smith's injury, if Waletzko is not hurt or showing no, and they don't go to him and hit him with that shoulder hurt, he might make the 53 and be on the 53. But I thought they were going to IR him, but he's back out there and he's practicing, and he's probably going to play today. All right, we're going to get the Reading, and then we're going to get the Magic City Marv. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Okay. Listen, I just want to say a few things. That Tyrone situation, honestly, if Jerry and them would address that situation, it would be better, because without Tyron, it's going to be difficult, but I think we can still do it. If we can get somebody really to replace that side of the line, because without him, the line is not the same.
Sure.
I mean, but anyway.
Yeah, I think
also too.
Go ahead.
On the defensive side, we're going to be really good, because the way they shooting through them gaps, that defense is going to carry us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the offense just can manage to put up at least 20 to 28 points a game, around there, we're going to be good, because that defense is going to be really stingy. I mean, you see it in the practice, because I follow you like heavily, and I see that you be at the thing. It's true what you're saying. That defense is very stingy. And now that Michael Parsons got it down to science, the quarterbacks, your nightmare is come. For real.
As long as the offense score at least 15 to 30 points.
Keep up the good work, and God bless you like always, and your family, and keep it moving. God bless. That one.
Oh, he brought back one. Appreciate you, Reading. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
Ronnie.
Appreciate you, Ronnie. Man, I ain't heard one in a minute. King Element. I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. God, I love y'all in the chat. All right, Magic City Marv. Holla at me, man. You once again are the final call of the week, and send us out. What you got?
Man, I'm not worried about this. No, me.
Well, Marv, we know you are not worried about a damn thing about the Cowboys, but elaborate on, what's on your mind today.
The kids, that offensive coordinator and that offensive line coach, if they dumb ass don't do that 12-man personnel to help whoever they have at left tackle to get the man comfortable, then all of us need our ass whooped. Hate to see it. That dumbass coach, offensive line coach, he don't know what he want to do. 73 is there to play. Now, if we do bring a tackle, that means what you telling me, 73 going to be on the bench?
Oh, shit.
That's part two. Dumb as fuck. We dropped this kid and got him on the bench. So that's shame when they dumb fuck, because they did 66 like that playing games and didn't want to play him. Y'all kept off 52 was the man, and they had 1,000 penalties. I told everybody.
Yeah.
And you go watch the tape of 66 last year, and he really didn't play that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a scheme with that dumb offensive coordinator and that dumb offensive coach.
Yeah.
That's what keep us. That's the only thing y'all got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, we ain't playing. It's that dumb offensive coach and the dumb line coach. Now, if they fuck this up, excuse my French, Scott, Steele, then them two are the problem. Ain't nothing else.
Time is it over there? It's 8:16 over there, Marv. What you sipping on this morning? You drinking coffee or you drinking something else?
Man, I'm just telling the truth.
All right, because you sound mad as hell at this front office. Well, listen, we ain't got to call them dumb and things like that, but I feel
I'm not blaming the front office.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the front office. I'm talking about that offensive.
You talking about that dumbass offensive line and offensive coordinator. Yeah. Yeah, it is going to come down to Kellen Moore, getting his dumbass playbook together and figuring out this dumbass scheme, right? Like, he's got to be able to make it not dumb. And in all seriousness, Marv, in all seriousness, if 66 is going to be your left guard, then 73 needs to be your left tackle, I think, because they ain't bringing in nobody to compete with 71, and 75 just ain't it.
No.
Right.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
And if you, like I said, now, if you do pay 75, you put number 48 over there all game to chip and help that young man. Yeah. So he do not get my quarterback killed.
Yeah, 48, 86 need to help out 73 and 66. And we got to be careful with 63 too. He's going to need some help from 70. So as long as 4 can keep everything operating in front of him, 21 and 20, I feel like it's going to be, they're going to have some running lanes. Yeah. And then you got 88 and you got 18 out there. And when 13 come back, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, but because everybody keep thinking Schultz.
Oh, we back to names. Yeah, if Dalton Schultz is out there, then yeah.
They keep thinking he's gonna get 1,000 yards. I keep hearing everybody say that.
He gonna get it.
No.
Oh.
Them other two tight ends is gonna take at least 500 to 600 of his yards. Them other two tight ends.
That's interesting.
I'm telling you.
That's interesting.
They gonna taking them yards. And that's good now, because now you go to that 12-man personnel, that's going to help the running game, and it's going to help the receivers because they don't know where you're coming. And then, like you see in the preseason,
Marv, we're going to have to.
Even when they had in the middle in the preseason, man, they've been running that ball good, even without them.
Yes. They have been running it good in the preseason. Hopefully, when the starters get back, Tyron Smith ain't out there no more. But when we get the starters and 21-20. See, now you got me saying numbers for real. Zeke and Tony Pollard, when they get back out there with the offensive line, we'll see how they operate more. But you're absolutely right. It's going to come down to this offensive line and offensive coordinator trying to mitigate the loss of Tyron Smith. But we're going to land this plane. We're going to land this plane, Marv. I appreciate you calling in, big dog.
Thank you, man. Good show, man. Put them lights in for my man Still. The man do a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And Cowboy fans, stop making Stephen A. Smith laugh at us, because y'all some delusional ass things. Oh, my God. Y'all need to be going with Philly. Oh, I got one more still before I leave. Hey, everybody in the NFL, offensive line, is the same way. So stop acting like everybody got all pro. Even when we played Philly, and look what we were. I mean, once we scored on and we stopped them.
We did.
Come on, Pete. Stop acting like Philly got Superman there.
They don't.
Unbelievable.
All right, Marvin. Enjoy your weekend, good brother.
You too, brother.
Marv, you got me sharp. I was practicing on my numbers, because that's how we gonna operate for the season. Me and you, Marv, we gotta do the numbers. You know what I mean? So you had me practicing. So I'm gonna continue my practice. There's 439 people in the chat, which means there should be 439 likes. And if we get those 439 likes, that'll allow the algorithm to kick us up from a top 5 show, and we want to be the number 1 show. So I need all of y'all on the count of 3 to hit the like button. 1, 2, 3. God, I love this show. Woo. All right, let me get to super chats and we out of here. It's Friday, man. We got a little extra time. We in big time overtime, but let's do these super chats and then we gone. All right, here we go.
Super chat.
Charlie G, appreciate you for the $2 donation. I like our defense, but I'm not sold on our corners. I'm trying to tell you, man. AB's been having a good camp. J. Lou, I think, is a solid 3. Diggs is an all-pro. And Deron Bland is on everybody's heels, not named Trayvon Diggs. And then, Kelvin Joseph has had a few good practices lately. So Kelvin I think he's gaining some confidence. But I'm not too worried about the cornerback position. Nick Reeder,
super chat
13. Appreciate you for the 7. Is this Canadian dollars? $7 Canadian. Thanks, man. Usually not a fan of trading in division, but I'd give a 4th for Andre Dillard. If not, we need to sign Fisher. Dillard ain't really been that good, though. And a 4th round pick for Dallas is considered premium. It may not be a premium pick to somebody else, but that's a premium pick to Dallas. So I'd pass on that. I'd try to get somebody else. I like the Fisher idea, though. Park Street Life, $5 donation.
Super chat.
Salute. Says the one coach allowed to do him in shining. Oh, the one coach allowed to do him in shining. All other coaches are being what? Bro, are you trolling me? Ain't no way. Like, you must be driving a Texan. Coach allowed. Thank you for the donation, Parker Street. Let's get to the chat. I don't know what you talking about. Sully said Marv is really like a TV show when he be talking to people and walk away, come back and still talking. Anybody ever see Pootie Tang, Sadate? Remember my man when he was like, man, it's hot out here. And the other dude, it sure is hot. That's Marv. Another super chat. I missed one more. Are you talking about Park Street Life, who was just trolling me with that super chat? What's good, Martin Hitchens? He said, hope you bring safe. We get it together. Hopefully we get Lakeside together too. Yeah. Brother Marv is only concerned about the number 1738. Hey. I'm like, hey, what's up? What up, Reginald? This guy gonna start calling dudes the player. I will get the Vecna clock. I'll probably keep the Vecna clock on the Vosh Lombardi live show, and I'll use the 24 countdown over here. Nobody want to land the plane. Nobody wants to land the plane, King. They don't. Jeff said I'm a fool. Any Cowboys questions? We anything really. We having some fun. We at the end of the show. We about to head out, get this weekend started. Skywalker, what's up? Dallas Sports 1977. He says, "What's happening? Can we beat Tampa in the first game?" Yes, we can. I actually think we should be favored. Yeah, Marv wasn't drinking no coffee. Dang, Park Street Life. The one coach allowed to do him in shot. I don't know what that means. You said you sent one? Did I miss one, Aaron? Oh, here we go. My bad. I did miss one. I got you. Dang, it was more than I thought.
Super chat.
David A. Wright, I missed your $2 donation. Thank you, sir. And then Lamitra also had a $2 donation. Said, "We gonna dog walk the NFC East. I ain't scared."
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Nah, we ain't scared. Aaron did say, "What 5 things are you looking for?" Why you gotta give me 5? That's something I gotta think about. What 5 things am I looking for? I'm gonna give you as much as I can think about. Will Grier. I want to see Will Grier tonight. This is his opportunity to have that Cooper Rush game, where Cooper Rush stole QB2 last year from Double G. I want to see Malik Davis and Rico Dowdle, see how that situation squares away. If Malik has another good game, is he going to force their hand to stay on this roster? Or is he going to force their hand to cut Rico, which I think is safe? Who else? Josh Ball. I mean, he might be the number one thing. There's a chance Tyler Smith doesn't move out there to left tackle. So regardless of how I feel about Josh Ball, you want to see him develop. You want to see him put together a complete solid game. He hasn't done that yet. So my eyes are definitely on Josh Ball and Matt Waletzko. That's 4. So Matt Waletzko, if he gets out there and plays. And then finally, I'll go obscure guys. Story Jackson and Malik Jefferson. A little biased. Got a chance to talk to them at practice the other day. You can sense the urgency. You can just sense it. You can tell that these boys is fighting for their life for this roster spot. And I don't know if we'll carry 6. I've been running numbers. I don't know. Probably not. I thought so at first, but it'll probably go 5. And if it's 5, they're fighting against each other, number one, and Luke Gifford. So, hell, Luke, if he's out there. So that linebacker competition I want to see. Devin Harper is another dude that's part of this. Man, he might have to carry 6. So, that linebacker competition is fierce. Shout out to Malik Jefferson because I thought he'd be a camp body, but he has not been a camp body. Malik Jefferson has, played well in camp and in the preseason. Story, when the lights come on, Story has shown that he's got the athleticism to play this position. And Devin Harper, you see his athleticism as well. So the linebacker position. So that's me. Mike says, "What about Alarcon?" Alarcon's easy. I don't think he's ready to be that guy, but he has the exempt. So you can just put him on the international player exempt list. Doesn't count against your roster. Danny likes Alarcon. I do too. But I don't know that he's quite ready to take on the left tackle duties. Swing? I don't know. I'll keep my eye on Alarcon. He hasn't been getting a lot of tick, man. He got in for 11 plays last week. I feel like they got to give him more. If they truly believe that he could be something, I think he'd play more than the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter or whatever. Very true, Danny. No injuries. No injuries. We do not need that today. Jay says, "Do I think Bland's advantage is that he's physical anywhere you line him up?" Sure. I think, he's definitely physical, but here's what I'm noticing. He's really damn good anywhere you line him up from doing cornerback things, like from a coverage standpoint, from a click standpoint, from a physicality standpoint, short tackler, just confident in his coverage, man. Bland looks good. I did not see this kind of play from Bland. I'll be honest with you, I didn't. So pleasantly surprised from Deron Bland. Bruce got the juice, the toxic juice. Says, "I asked if the kicker or tackle will give us a heart attack first." Man, can I say something about Brett Maher? Man, he been looking good in camp. I know it's just camp. I know we don't want to overreact to it. But me personally, I think we'll have more of a heart attack with tackle. Brett been looking good, y'all. I ain't trying to, Brett Maher is going to be great. He was 10 for 11 yesterday in camp, or 2 days ago at camp. His only miss was like a 48-yarder, but all the other 40-yarders he completed. And then he made all his 50-plus yarders. And he booted like a 58, 60-yard field goal with ease. Could have easily been made at 63. We know he got the leg for that. It just comes off different. Here we are breaking down kickers. This is why I love y'all. It just comes off his foot different. Something just seems more confident about him. I don't know if this is the same Brett Maher from 2018, 19, whatever last time he was here. If you go look at his season with the Saints, it wasn't a terrible season last year. So I don't know. Could just be a camp thing, but I'm gaining a little bit of confidence with Brett Maher. Well, here's the thing. Can't you put Alarcon on the, because A.A. Ron said broadest things he'll get picked off the practice squad. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's protected on the exempt list. See, that's something I got to read up on because they even switched it. He wasn't supposed to have an exempt year this year, but they added an extra year. So I gotta go talk to people and see what that's about. If Alarcon is not protected, me personally, he just gets picked. Alarcon ain't that type of dude. You're like, yo, we gotta protect this man by all costs now, and we gotta go cut Kelvin Joseph to keep him on. We gotta cut Tristan Hill or Marquise Bell or Mukwamu or Malik, or because that's what the game we're playing now, right? Like, all right, you're gonna keep Alarcon, who's technically your fifth tackle, sixth tackle, whatever it is, to cut one of them. I ain't doing that. I mean, you can have Alarcon. Yeah, so he is protected. I'm not sure. Smokey said he's rooting for Aaron Shamplin. He reminds me of Lance Dunbar as well, but I see a practice squad future with him. I love that. I always mess your name up. I'm going to just call you L. L84. He says you're not overreacting, just reacting. That's what I try to do. And I'll tell you if I'm overreact. I'll straight up do it. But I feel like, I'm just reacting to what I see. Yes. Bland's football IQ definitely feels like it's through the roof. All right, man. Good show today. Good show. Terrell Basham still our best trade tool. Keeping him. I told y'all I'm being greedy on defense, man. If defense is the way I'm going to win this year, I'm keeping all the talent I can possibly can that I think can help us be a top-tier defense in this league. The Lunatic, if Simi balls out, is he wide receiver 2? He my wide receiver 2. One more time, man. Before y'all leave, hit that like button. It's Friday, so you will not get a primetime show today. Fantastic show for a freestyle version of a show, man. Y'all were great. Calls were great. Y'all ain't know how to land the plane, but it don't matter. Y'all know I'll let y'all talk. I love y'all so much, man. Y'all really make this, what I do, waking up, coming on here, fun. And the season's about to kick off. The cookout's about to come back. We're going to have a full schedule. It's going to be fun regardless what happens with the Cowboys. I'm telling y'all, come through. Come through this season. It's going to be better than it was last year. If you're out there at the game today, holla at me. I will be there. I might rock one of my wrestling team. Nah, I ain't. I'm going to have some Cowboys gear on. Shout out to the squad. The Bomb Squad. Phone lines, chat, donations. Appreciate y'all. See y'all on Monday. I'll probably have content up this weekend, though. I'll probably have something out there. So tune in for that. We out of here.
Squad!